Hey everybody, Simba Sickness here again to talk to you about what I bought when I watched today. And even though I'm still sick, that's not going to stop me from going out and trying to find some great deals on cinematic media. And last week I was sent a message on Facebook from a friend of the family's letting me know that her church was going to be having a flea market. So of course, I'm not going to turn down a flea market, so the wife and I headed out there today. It was only about 2 towns over, not too far away. And it was a bit of a bust. There was only one person selling anything cinematic media related. Some lady had a couple VHS tapes, and that was about it. Not much there, unfortunately. But I did come across a couple of titles that I wanted to grab, and here they are. The first title I picked up today for only 25 cents was the 1949 version of Little Women. I do have the newer version of Little Women. I have yet to see that yet, but I definitely look forward to checking that out and checking this one out. I do have a feeling the 1949 version is going to be the vetted version. I do love these older titles, so this should be good. So I look forward to checking it out. The next title I picked up today, again for only 25 cents, was this Walt Disney World Vacation Planning Guide. As it says here, Walt Disney World is not just for the kids, so this is one of the adult vacation guides that shows you all the things that adults can do in Walt Disney World. This should be cool. I love these just vacation guides. They're so much fun. I have a ton of these in my collection. They're just very nostalgic, a lot of fun to watch, and I just got to point out that is one of the most ugliest bathing suits I've ever seen in my entire life. But definitely glad to have this. For 25 cents, it was a great find. So that's it for all the videos I picked up today, but I did grab myself 2 other titles. First thing I picked up was this Disney Trivia Challenge CD-ROM game. I love cinema trivia games, so I had to grab this. This should be a lot of fun. And the last title I picked up today was Madonna, I'm Breathless. This is music from and inspired by the film Dick Tracy. Just trying to get all the soundtracks to all the movies I own. This was a good buy. Definitely had to grab it. So that's it for what I bought today. So now on to what I watched. And today I checked out Terror Train on good old Laserdisc. This was a good movie. Definitely a fun slasher, and I certainly did enjoy it. Unfortunately, doesn't quite live up to the hype it gets. At least that's my opinion on this. Over the years, I've just heard such great things about this movie, about how fantastic it was and how great of a slasher it is. And in the end, I just thought it was okay. A mediocre slasher. Not the best I've seen. I can name a dozen other slashers I like more than this one. It was a good film. I'm certainly not trying to put this film down at all. I did like it. As far as slashers go, it was good, just not the best in my opinion. Jamie Lee Curtis, that's one of the problems. Earlier in her early career, I just personally felt that she doesn't act all that well. When she acts, it feels like she's really trying. It feels like she's acting, which obviously, as an actor, that's not how you're supposed to come off. And it really does. When she delivers her lines, when she delivers her emotions, you really feel like she's just saying, hi, I'm acting. And that always bugged me about Jamie Lee Curtis. Even in, the Halloween movies, she comes off that way, and it always kind of bugged me about her. Obviously, later on in her career, she's gotten better. Her acting nowadays, it's a lot better than it was. She doesn't come off so much as acting anymore, which is good. But again, earlier in her career, she did come off that way, and in this movie, she certainly does come off that way. She does a good job. She's not bad. I certainly can't say she does a horrible job at it. It works for what her character is. If you liked her character in the Halloween movies, her character in this basically the same thing. You're going to enjoy it. I also hate how they call her the Scream Queen because I've always thought she has one of the worst screams ever. It sounds, again, really fake and really forced. So that always bugged me about her. And she does scream plenty in this movie, which every time it feels very forced. So that was one of the downfalls. But again, it was okay. She does an okay job. Basically, again, she's basically Laurie Strode almost in this movie, just playing sort of the same character she does in Halloween. She comes off the same way, and her acting's about the same. So if you can stand her acting in Halloween, which I can put up with her acting in Halloween. It's not that bad. So I can stand in this. So if you can stand in that, you can stand in this. Also pretty cool, David Copperfield's in this movie. That was neat. The magician David Copperfield. When the magician comes on, I started thinking to myself, he looks really familiar. And then it hit me. I'm like, I think that's David Copperfield. So I IMDb'd it really quick, and sure enough, it was David Copperfield, which I thought was really cool that he was in the movie. And sort of spoiler alert here, but not really, because in the beginning of the movie, you pretty much know immediately who the killer is. It's the guy they tease in the beginning of the movie. Obviously, that's the killer. But then they do this little thing in the middle where they want you to think it's almost the David Copperfield character, like he's actually the guy who they tease in the beginning of the movie, and they kind of set that up, and then they just randomly go, okay, no, it's not him. It's actually, David Copperfield's just the magician. That's just who he is now. It is actually the guy we teased in the beginning of the movie. He's actually, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not David Copperfield. Let's put it that way. David Copperfield's not the guy they teased in the beginning of the movie, even though they try to set up that way. So I thought that was kind of interesting how they did that. They try to, again, they're trying to set it up like he's the killer, but then it ends up not being him. It's just the guy who they tease in the beginning of the movie. He's on the train killing people. So it was an okay slasher, mediocre. If you're into slashers, you're definitely going to check it out. It was definitely good. I did enjoy the movie. As far as slashers go, it was a fun slasher, just not the best. So I would definitely say check it out. Even though it was mediocre, it was really good, and I did enjoy it. And the last title I watched tonight was Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. This was fantastic. Loved this film. I am a bit biased, though. I pretty much love anything with the Pirates of the Caribbean name on it. I love the first 3 movies. I thought they were great. Yeah, they sort of went downhill. Obviously, the first one was the best, and 2 and 3, you know, went down and down. But they were great movies. I did love them. I thought they were fantastic. And this movie definitely holds its own, stands up with the rest of the movies. It was great. Some people said this movie was like the best one since the first movie. And I guess I can see why some people would think that. But all in all, I'd say this movie is probably the best one since the second movie. Because the third one I thought fell a little bit flat. So I'd say, you know, this is definitely the best one since the second. I really did enjoy this. Again, it was great. It lived up to exactly what I heard people going into this. What I was told was, if you like the Pirates of the Caribbean series, you're going to enjoy this, and I would completely agree with that. It held its own with the rest of the movies, and if you like the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, this is definitely something you're going to want to check out. Johnny Depp did a great job in this. Barbossa was in this. He was fantastic. You know, Blackbeard was really cool in this movie. Penelope Cruz did a good job. I felt her character did fall a little flat. I thought she could have presented herself a bit more in the movie, but all in all, her character worked. Definitely a good love interest for Jack here. It was great. I just can't say enough about this movie. Was it perfect? No. You know, the first Pirates of the Caribbean, nothing's going to top that, but as a follow-up, it was definitely good and definitely something I would recommend checking out. I do hope they ended here. I haven't heard anything about them doing any more. Last I was told, this was the last one. They're finished. They're done. No more Pirates of the Caribbeans. And I really hope they stick to that. Again, I haven't heard anything. If you guys have heard anything about a 5th movie coming out, let me know. But I haven't heard anything about that. And hopefully they don't. I hope they stop it here. Because the movie, although it wasn't the best, it was good. And I think if they end here, they'll at least end on, you know, maybe not the highest note, but, you know, at least somewhat of a high note if they end on this. So I really hope they stop. They don't do any more, because they could pretty much only go down from here. So I hope this is actually the end. But it's a great movie. I'm just going to tell you what, you know, basically, like I said, what I was told, and that was, if you love the Pirates of the Caribbean series, you're going to love this. So I would definitely say that. So if you're a fan of the series, definitely check this one out. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Just to give you guys a update on my health, I am feeling a bit better. I don't feel achy anymore. I don't feel congested. My head doesn't feel like it's going to explode anymore. I do still have a bit of a sore throat, and that's really about it. So all in all, I'm feeling definitely feeling better. So thank you all for your you know, get well wishes. That was really cool of you guys. I really appreciate that. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya.